Hello everyone, welcome to the Jewish Week Online. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. How do you create a viral video? The opportunity to speak with Meir Kalmanson about his recent high five viral video. Let's take a look. Creating a innovative video is sometimes complicated, and you have developed not only a following, but you've gotten viral in a way that people only dream about. Talk a little bit about how you got involved in doing products to engage people and making them happy.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I always loved helping people and making people smile and feel good about themselves, and always felt that when you give more to others, the way I've been brought up is when you give to others, you feel more accomplished. Another passion of mine is also filmmaking, acting, creating, entertaining. So I figured that I could take these two things and combine them together and use the medium of social media, YouTube, to be able to connect with hundreds, thousands, millions of people around the world.
And in your videos, you're doing some simple but effective ways of connecting. So tell us a little bit about that process for you.
Yes, I find that a lot of people try to think of creative ways to connect with others, and their imagination goes to far places. But I realize you can just really go back to the simplest of things, like a high five. You can sleep on someone's shoulder, smile at somebody, and those little gestures are able to connect really deeply with people and create a human connection, which we thought wasn't possible.
And as a Jew, there's that idea of like being like a light unto the nations, and making people understand that we're together. How has your Judaism play a part in the whole process?
So I've been brought up in a Jewish home, and the principles that I've been brought up with was always the house is always open, always going out helping others, whether they're related or not, or a stranger. That was the mentality I was brought up with. And throughout growing up and through the schooling system and through my own time, I volunteered in many different organizations, High Lifeline for one, and it's just been really a part of me as I grew older to understand that helping others is really the basis of true happiness. And so I believe as being a good person, Jew, a good human being, it really comes down to the crux of just helping a fellow.
So how does it feel to go viral?
It was amazing. It is amazing. It's a great experience. I'm really touched that I mean, the video was great and all, but it's really the public that really made that happen, and it's really humbling, and I'm touched that it has, and I want to thank everybody for doing it and spreading those smiles around the world.
Yeah, one of the great parts of actually both videos are tremendous. The work that you're doing is incredible.
Thanks.
There's first let's go out to the subway when you were just leading on a guy, and he's like, yeah. Okay.
He was great. Yeah, 100%. There was actually, I actually had a long night the night before, and I was exhausted. And the people who I worked with making the video, they came the night before, after like a long night, they asked me to do it. I was like, okay, sure, why not? I was really in character. I was really sleepy that day, and people allowed me to sleep on their shoulders for 1, 2, up to 6, 7 stops on the subway to allow me to get my rest. Right. People are good. People are great.
That's something that I know that I was trying to picture myself. If like you did that to me, I was like, what would I do? Like how would I react? Like, do I say no or be like, I get it? It's such like a primal instinct.
Yeah, and it makes you think like, what would I do? And it brings out the true nature of people. And for the most part, it is good. Of course, people have like their defense systems, like it's my personal space, which is understandable. But for the most part, whether it was with that or with that video or with this one, the high five, I really got positive reactions, and people just really connected with that.
Was there a moment with a high five that you're like, this is gonna work, or you're like, all right, I'm gonna try first high five, and if that doesn't work, then we're done,
Yeah. No way. I mean, you got to just keep going. So I had the idea. I was sitting on the idea for a while, and I decided to, give it a shot. Walking with a friend one day in Manhattan, with the next person I said, the next person we see, I'm gonna go and do it. And lo and behold, someone reached out their hand to grab a taxi. I ran over, high five, and just didn't look back. And when I came back to my friend and we met up, he's like, "Yo, that was amazing." He just loved it, and so he was on board and he helped me film it.
So when you're actually filming it, like how big is the team? Because obviously, like you want to be like in a surprise type of mode, but you still have to get that right shot. So what's your team like?
um, it was actually myself and then one other cameraman. One day I shot over 2 days. For the first day I had two cameramen, and then the next day it was just one. The Weintraub brothers, Ellie Weintraub, like a friend of mine. He had his DSLR and he just stood on the side in a way that he was hidden, but yet was able to get a good shot. And we experimented with him being across the street from me, and then we came to the realization that usually when the taxis were coming, the traffic was moving and the cars would be blocking the view, so most of the shots would be on the same side. So he had to use his own intuition to realize where the best spot was. But we made a good team.
And so various news outlets have interviewed you, and one of the things that they highlight is your Jewishness, which I think is really interesting, and that especially in today's times when there's so many things that are happening, anti-Semitism, boycotts, all these things that are happening, there's just that positiveness. What has been some feedback, in the community, and what's your vision for the future?
It's a good question. Yeah, I guess it's obvious when I wear the kippah on my head and with the beard, it gives the hipster or Orthodox look. But yeah, again, the message of the videos and the videos I like to create is short, sweet, funny, but have a deeper message and something which people can walk away with and actualize with themselves. So yes, I understand I'm representing as a Jew, so that's a responsibility, and I'm glad that I'm able to bring that positive message to the world. And as for the future, I continue to making videos, making people smile, volunteering, and reaching out to as many people as possible.
Which video, I guess, has touched you the most?
That I made, or
that you made?
I made one for my grandmother for her 90th birthday. That was really sweet. I couldn't make it. I was in Asia at the time, and the whole family, all the cousins from around the world, came together for this birthday party, and I sent her a video from Singapore. And it was before all this happened. It was quite a few years ago, but I would say that really touches me because that was personal, and that's my connection with her.
There's one other sound that sort of like burns into my head is like when you do like a high five and then they were so excited afterwards, like high five. It was like that little gesture. They're like, why not? That is awesome. I'm bringing it back.
It really was. I mean, sometimes there were quite a few people who I would go back to and just continue doing different high fives or doing double high fives with their colleagues or friends. We were just having a fun time, and there were people on the side, like passerbys or pedestrians who were like on a cigarette break or something, and they saw this crazy man walking back and forth, giving high fiving people, and they were getting a great laugh out of it because like it's just entertaining, it's fun, it's it's just simple, and the high five represents so much more than just a handshake. It's like, hey, we could be friends.
As you can see, it takes just a little bit of creativity, luck, and patience to create a viral video. This is Aaron Herman, and thank you for watching.